What's going on, everyone? I'm Tyrone Isaac, and welcome back to the channel. So, on today, I wanted to talk about something that I used to think it wasn't real. I used to believe that it was something fake or something that people just used as a crutch, but then I experienced it myself. I actually experienced it twice myself, and I feel like I've probably dealt with it more than that. However, I didn't truly believe in it until I actually experienced it. And it's something that I would have never thought I would have experienced it at all in my life. I never would have had imagined going through it. Um, but the reality is, I went through it, and here we are now. And I'm sure many of you actually deal with it as well. Many of you probably suffer from it, or you're probably battling with it, or you're probably struggling with it. So, want to just talk about it and talk about what's kind of been helping me to overcome it and get past it, and um, basically not allow it to impact my life and what I'm trying to do. And that thing is anxiety. Um, I truly used to believe that anxiety attacks were fake. I thought people just would use phrases like that, medical terms, just to make excuses, just to call out of work, or just to use it as a crutch for their self, or to just try to get over, really, on people. So I thought it was fake. And the reason why I thought it was fake is because I had never truly met anyone that I personally knew that had dealt with them. I had never met anyone that had suffered from them that personally told me. Now, I'm sure there's people and individuals that I know that deal with them, but they never shared that. Um, and I feel like it's something that a lot of people don't share it. A lot of people, they try to mask it up or cover it, especially males. Right? Being a male, we're taught to be strong. We're taught to be tough. We're taught not to cry. We're taught basically not to deal with our emotions or our feelings, and just put it in a box, lock it up, throw away the key, or hide the key. Um, and that's basically what I feel like, and I know I did for a long time. And I'm sure a lot of other men have dealt with this. Now, here I am, all the way in my mid to late 30s, and it's hitting me like a ton of bricks. And I feel like it's hitting because I never dealt with it, and now things are coming to a head, because there's just so much going on in society and in the world nowadays. So I I ended up having my first true anxiety attack at work, actually. Um, I ended up having to interview someone who wasn't interviewing for a job, but they were actually interviewing um, to they wanted to interview and pitch our company to do business with their company, and they wanted basically they wanted to be able to bring their associate base to work for our associate base. It wasn't like a temp agency, but it was associate base. It was a like a second chance program. And I'm interviewing this lady, and we're just having a normal conversation. And for me, those type of conversations are easy. I've had so many of them to the point where it's like it's easy. I don't think about them. However, during this conversation, all of a sudden, I started to lose my train of thought. I started to get shortness of breath. I started to, my heart started to race. Um, and I was just all over the place. I was disoriented. Um, I was able to finish the interview, but I cut it short because I knew something was wrong. Um, and with going through that situation, trying to really understand why it happened and why it occurred is because even though I said it, those type of conversations and things were easy for me, they were easy for me, but they were still difficult for me. You know, I had psyched myself up for so long, and I would push myself and motivate myself. Okay, you got to do this. You got to go talk to, you have to be the face of the company. You have to be the face of the operations. Um, you're the guy. So I had psyched myself up for so long that it got to the point where I feel like I couldn't psych myself up anymore. And what I mean by that is I was pretending. I was pretending to make it believe like everything was okay. I was pretending to be confident. I was pretending to be secure when the reality was I never was a confident person. I struggled with different things growing up, and because of it, my confidence was torn down. And with my confidence being torn down, I had to try to create this other person in my brain so that I could get through these situations so that I could continue doing good in my career, so that I could feel confident. So it's like I became someone I wasn't. And when I say I became somebody I wasn't someone fake. I wasn't this bad person or anything like that. But I became this confident, fake person. And I think in doing that, rather than dealing with the root of the problem, it came to a head and yeah, the anxiety ended up coming out. The attack happened. Um, After I escorted the lady out of our building, I went to my office, turned off the lights, closed the door, locked my door, and I sat in the corner on the floor because I didn't know what was happening. I was truly scared, honestly. And you know, so many people deal with anxiety, so many men deal with it, and we don't talk about it. So many men deal with certain insecurities and certain problems, and we hide it, we cover it up because we don't want anyone to know that we're going through this. Um, and I feel like all men deal with it, but I feel like certain men deal with it even more so. Um, Certain men, and when I mean certain men, um, I think that a lot of men in corporate America, um, certain men that are in the spotlight or in these positions of status or positions of some some type of little spotlight, they deal with that. And the ones that are able to overcome it, they deal with counseling, they get therapists, they get help so that so that they're better, so that they don't struggle their whole life with this. So something I can share with you all is that I ended up having to get help. And I'll share it. Like, I literally had to go to get a therapist and get help. And I did it for a summer when I wasn't on the road traveling for work. I think I ended up doing like 6 sessions, and it helped me. But it's something that I know I have to go back to doing, because if I don't, 6 sessions don't really, 6 sessions helped, but there's more stuff to deal with. There's more issues to deal with. And I think that if I don't deal with them, I'll never reach my full potential. I think in order for me to reach my full potential, in order for me to pull out my untapped potential, I have to deal with my own internal personal issues. I think in order for any of us, anybody that wants to really pull out their full potential, they want to really operate in their purpose, they want to become or be a difference maker or a change maker in this world, they have to deal with their own personal issues first, or they will always have something stopping them. And it's going to be self. Self will always stop you, whether it be past hurt from relationships, whether it be money issues, right? Like, I have issues, I have anxiety issues around money. Like, money, me worrying with thoughts of my financial situation keeps me up at night. Like, it keeps me up. Literally, and I'm in a decent position. However, last week, the whole last week, I think 6, 7 days, I only had a total, maybe 1 or 2 nights I slept more than 1 or 2 nights. I think I slept 6 hours. The other times, it was about 3 to 4 hours a night, because worrying and anxiety and thoughts about my financial situation. So my point in saying that is, you may not have anxiety about yourself, right? You may not have anxiety issues about how good you look, or how tall you are, or how your body looks, or if you're in shape. You may have anxiety issues around your financial situation. You may have anxieties around your marriage, around your relationship, around issues with your children. You may have anxiety issues with your family, with your friends. But whatever it is, you have to get help with it. And it's something that you're going to have to do if you want to reach your full potential. Because if you don't, it's going to constantly be there, and it's going to constantly stop you from being able to grow. And, we're all about growing. We're all about fulfilling purpose. I'm all about reaching my highest level of potential. I'm all about trying to become the best version of me. And in order for us as people to become the best version of us, we have to deal with our own issues, right? We have to deal with our own subconscious issues. I'm going to pull up something that I was reading about. I was reading about imposter syndrome. And with imposter syndrome is a psychological phenomenon where individuals experience persistent feelings of inadequacy. I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Self-doubt and fraudulence, despite their achievements and evidence to the contrary. Like, that is fully me. Like, imposter syndrome is like fully alive in me. Regardless of what I've done, regardless of the accomplishments, regardless of your accomplishments. If you're somebody who you've been able to accomplish more than you thought you would ever be able to accomplish, and you're still dealing with these feelings or these thoughts that it's not enough, or um, I don't even know how I did it, or there's still self-doubt, then likely you're dealing with some type of imposter syndrome. And you have to get help with that. Because if you don't, you're going to constantly deal with it. And imposter syndrome, that just pushes the anxiety out more. Like, imposter syndrome is just a part of what causes anxiety. So I'm all about growth for this year. 2025 has been it's been a blessed year thus far. Uh, it's been a joyful year, to be honest. You know, everything's not perfect. Everything is not where I want it to be. I'm literally 6 hours away from my kids, and I don't get to see them as much as I want to because of work, because I work on the road, and that's becoming a strain for me. So everything is not good, but things are working out for the better. And I think a lot of that is because I'm taking steps to heal. I'm taking steps to grow. I'm literally every morning I made a commitment to myself at the end of the year. Not no New Year's resolutions. I haven't done New Year's resolutions in a long time. But I don't say I don't believe in them. I know some people say they don't believe in them. I just haven't done them. But I made a commitment to myself and to God that I was going to, this year, I was going to pray daily and I was going to study His Word daily. And I feel like me praying and studying His Word is helping me to have some sense and some type of joy to where it's helping me. Now, I haven't got a therapist yet, but definitely going to look back at that. And that would be my call out to you. If you're somebody who you're dealing with some type of anxiety or imposter syndrome or anything like that, and you're not in a place to get a therapist at this time, my advice would be to pray about it, right? And if you're someone who you don't pray, meditate. But you have to truly work on it. You got to work on you if you're going to move forward and become the best version of you. If you're going to become that person that pulls out that untapped potential, if you're going to become that person that is able to hopefully run your own business one day, if you're going to become that person that is able to be promoted in the company, you really have to deal with your own individual personal issues so that you can continue to grow. All right. Hopefully you stayed to this point of the video. If you did, definitely appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. Definitely make sure you comment, make sure you like the video, and hit the notification bell. That way you can be notified when I drop some more videos. I see that God is shifting me, and I think He's shifting me something different with me. So we'll see how this channel goes. I know the channel is still growing. I think today I actually hit 75 subscribers. So yeah, it's small growth, but I'm still happy about it. I'm still proud about it. I got a notification on my email today that I hit 300 views. So I think we're 4 months into the year and I've hit 300 views. So I'm excited about that with 75 subscribers. Hopefully I'll be able to grow as the year goes on. Hopefully we'll hit a point where the channel grows exponentially, because I want to be able to share my story and hear your story and be able to provide feedback and advice on what I'm doing so that you can obviously do it as well to grow in your life. With that being said, later.